In a small village called Guyana, not far from the great forest, there lived a girl named Ama. She was 16 years old. Her skin was dark like wet earth, and her eyes were quiet but strong. People in the village said Ama could hear the wind when it spoke, and that she always listened more than she talked. Ama lived with her grandmother, Old Mom, who was the village drum maker. She was thin like a broomstick and walked with a stick made of carved wood. She had no husband, no children left. Only Ama. Every morning, Ama helped Mom make drums. They used goat skin, hollow trees, and string. The drums were not just for dancing. In Guyana, drums were for speaking. When a baby was born, a drum called out the good news. When someone died, a drum cried. When trouble came, the drum warned the people. But Ama's heart was not happy. She missed her mother and father. They had gone to the big city to find work when Ama was 10. Just for a year, her mother said. But it had been 6 years now. No letters. No visits. Nothing. Every night, Ama sat under the big baobab tree and looked at the stars. She whispered, "Where are you, Mama? Where are you, Papa?" But the wind did not answer. One evening, after a long day at the market, Old Mom fell sick. Her body shook, and her hands became cold. Ama ran to fetch water, made porridge, and covered her with cloth. But Mom's voice was weak. "Ama," she said, "come close." Ama knelt beside her. "There is one drum I never finished. The talking drum. It is not for music. It is for truth. It speaks what is hidden. But only a heart full of listening can finish it." Ama's eyes filled with tears. "You must finish it, Mom. Please." Old Mom shook her head. "No, child. My hands are old. It is your hands now. You must listen. The drum will show you the way." That night, Mom closed her eyes. She smiled once, and then she left this world. Ama did not cry loudly. She sat beside her grandmother's body, holding her hand until morning. After the burial, the house felt too quiet, too big. Ama cleaned, cooked, and swept the yard. But her heart was heavy like stone. She missed Mom. She missed her parents. She missed the way life used to feel full. One day, Ama found the unfinished drum in the back room. It was made from smooth wood, with carvings of birds, rivers, and eyes. But there was no skin on it yet. No sound. Just waiting. She touched it and felt a small pulse, like a heartbeat. Ama remembered what Mom said, "Only a heart full of listening can finish it." So she sat and listened. She listened to the trees outside, the goats, the market drums in the distance. She listened to her own breath. Day after day, she listened. And then, one night, something happened. She fell asleep beside the drum. In her dream, she saw her mother. She was standing beside a small house in a dusty town. Her clothes were old. She looked tired. She was holding a photo, Ama's photo. "Ama," she whispered in the dream. "My daughter. I'm sorry." Ama woke up with tears on her face. Was it just a dream? Or was it the drum? The next morning, Ama walked to the forest. She found the strong goat skin Mom had saved. She cut and stretched it over the drum. She tied it carefully with string, the way Mom taught her. Her hands were fast, but gentle. When she hit the drum for the first time, the sound was deep, strong, alive. Boom. Ba-da boom. And then Ama heard it. A voice inside the drum. It said, "Go to Cape Town. Your parents are there. They wait, but they do not know how to return." Cape Town? Ama had never been that far. It was beyond the hills, past 3 rivers and a long, dusty road. But the drum had spoken. And her heart believed it. She packed some food, water, and Mom's old walking stick. She told the village chief, who gave her a blessing. "Go well, Ama," he said. "Your grandmother would be proud." The journey was not easy. The first night, it rained. Ama slept under a tree and wrapped herself in dry leaves. The second day, her feet hurt. She had no shoes, only old sandals. But she walked and walked. Every time she felt tired, she hit the drum. Boom, boom. And it spoke, "Forward, child. Love is not far now." On the third day, she reached a big town. People walked fast, horns shouted in the streets, and tall buildings reached into the sky. Ama felt small, lost. But then she saw a woman by the road, selling oranges. Something about her face made Ama stop. "Hello," she said. "Please, do you know anyone named Abina Mensa?" The woman looked up sharply. That is my sister. AMA's hands shook. She's my mother. The orange seller dropped her basket. They went to a small room behind a big shop. AMA's heart beat so fast, she could hardly breathe. And then there she was. Her mother. Older. Tired. But still the same. She looked at AMA with wide eyes, then dropped her bowl. AMA nodded, tears falling fast. Mama. They ran to each other and hugged. For a long time, they didn't speak. They just held on. Her father came home later. He stared at her like she was a dream. We looked for you. But your letters stopped. We thought you forgot us. AMA shook her head. No, I waited every day. They cried. All three of them. That night, they sat on the floor and shared kenki and fish. AMA told them about old mom, about the talking drum, about the dream. Her mother wept. She was always strong. She raised you well. AMA stayed with them for a week. They were too poor to return to the village. The city had swallowed them. But AMA had an idea. She took the drum to the market. She played it, not just to sell, but to speak. The drum told people's stories. It made them cry, made them laugh. It healed. People came from far away just to hear AMA and her drum. Soon, they made enough money to return to Guyana. When they arrived, the village came out to welcome them. The chief smiled. AMA, the girl with the drum who walked into the world and brought her family home. Years passed. AMA became the new drum maker. She taught other girls how to listen, how to craft, how to feel. And the talking drum? It still sits in her room. She only plays it on special days when truth is needed, or when someone is lost and needs a way back home. Because in Guyana, we now say, a drum is not just for dancing. A drum is for finding what the heart has lost. And AMA? She was never just a girl. She was a listener, a dreamer,